So, anywho, let's get into this video. So, why I believe James Gunn Batman, Brave and the Bro is not happening. Remember, I did a couple videos. If y'all been subscribed to me, if you're new to the channel, thank you. If you've been subscribed to me, I've talked about this before. There's a plan A and there's a plan B, or option A or option B. And it was the Batman universe if Superman does not succeed. Now, I'm not saying the Superman film flopped, but it was a success. I didn't say it underperformed, but it didn't perform to the standards that Warner Brothers wanted. So you have to look at it. Internationally, it did not do well, because if it did well internationally, we'd be having a different conversation right now. We actually wouldn't probably be talking about the Batman. We would talk about James Gunn doing his version of the Batman plus Superman together. That Man of Tomorrow film would actually been a Batman and Superman film teaming up, probably taking on Lex Luthor. That's what I'm thinking that would have been. But again, plans changed. So what I think happened was Warner Brothers and company saw the box office of Superman, not Man of Steel. They saw the DVDs digital release, how that wasn't doing well. They seen Peacemaker's numbers. Then they seen, like I said, the international numbers. So they probably said, you know what, let's not combine universes. Let's still keep separate universes, because we don't know about this one yet. We know that one's performing well, which it has been. The Penguin brought in 3 million viewers and winning multiple awards. So that is performing the way Warner Brothers wanted it to perform. That universe is. And we haven't even seen the Batman, no concept art, nothing. So clearly Warner Brothers know, like Stevie Wonder knows, like we know, that film's going to make money. So in their heads, why should we combine this universe that has not made money to a universe that is going to make money? Which makes sense. And I was the one that said that you need to combine these characters together because it makes more sense than having two Batmans. But this one works too. If you're not going to do two Batmans, you're still going to do one. You're just telling James Gunn to just focus on his Superman, and that's it. That's why you're hearing them calling it a Superman saga. It was never a Superman saga. It was supposed to be a DC universe. The rhetoric is changing. The narrative is changing because things in Warner Brothers are changing. It's not looking good for James Gunn. And what I mean is, if you're a James Gunn fan, his power or CEO status will probably be removed in some time in the near future. If the merge with Paramount Skydance happened, or if the buyout with Netflix happened, or the buyout with Amazon happened, be aware he will no longer be CEO or have that seat. I'm just telling you the truth. And honestly, I think it's good, because if you notice, James Gunn wants to do what he wants to do and not really think of what DC needs to do. That's the problem. We need a Wonder Woman film. Where's that at? We need an Aquaman film because that does well overseas. Where's that at? Okay? You're not looking at that. You're trying to do this, that, and the third. Why is it that we're getting Peacemaker season 2 when you haven't even tried it at that Wonder Woman? Why are we getting a Supergirl film without a Wonder Woman film? Clearly, Wonder Woman is is right behind Superman as popularity-wise, thanks to Gal Gadot and Zack Snyder. You see the problems, what I'm trying to say here? He's not focusing on what he needs to focus on. But clearly he wants to do what he wants to do. He had a universe and some chapters called Gods and Monsters. We don't hear nothing about it no more. We don't see nothing about it no more. He don't address it no more because it's not happening anymore. James Gunn did this to himself. He opened his damn mouth, and now he can't back up what he's saying. This is why a lot of us said last year, shut your mouth on Twitter, because when it comes push to shove, when this film comes out, if it does not perform at these levels, what are you going to say? Not a damn thing. Here we are now, can't say an effing word. But you got people say it was a success. No, it's not. Because if you notice, things are changing. His rhetoric is changing. His verbiage is changing. We're doing a Batman and Superman movie. That's not happening. Oh, yeah, we're doing this next and the third. That's not happening. Sergeant Rock is happening. That's not happening. Let me tell you when this all happened. It happened when the Joker 2 came out. When it bombed the way it did, Warner Brothers had to take a step back and like, all right, maybe we need to figure some stuff out. So you notice certain things he was saying was changing. Then word of mouth about the film coming out, how it wasn't pleasing to the majority of the fans, majority of moviegoers. Guess what? It's not. If you know, Superman is one of the lowest rated superhero films James Gunn has ever done. The Suicide Squad is a higher rating on Rotten Tomatoes than that. James Gunn is not a fan of Superman. If you watch the film, you can clearly see that. He changed origins for the parents. Superman is getting his ass with majority of the film. He's weak in the film. But he has hope. That's not the point. You need to show him being strong and have hope at the same time. Man of Steel showed him being strong, but not the hope part. Okay, now we got the hope part, but he's weak as hell. It does not make any sense, because he even said he wasn't a fan of it years ago. Get somebody who wants to do the character, who wants to do this. And again, you have this writer's room. You have people like Drew Goddard and all these other. Get one of them to write it. Get one of them to direct it. You have this big ass writer's room. You take a picture of it. You want to show us like you doing something. Well, show one of these writers doing it, because clearly one of them, I could tell you're probably a bigger fan than you are. But we're not doing that. You're coming out saying you're going to do the Batman Brave the Bold. Your favorite Robin is Damian Wayne. If you're a DC fan and a true DC fan, you can't stand Damian. Everybody hates Damian. Now, granted, he does develop and become a better character, but the beginning Damian, everybody hates him. That's not a Robin you should freaking do. It's Nightwing you should do. It's Tim Drake you should do. Jason Todd is a damn film ready to be happen. Go watch Batman Under the Red Hood. You telling me that can't be done? Live action? What is wrong with people in these higher suits that even fans like myself who can come up with these best ideas? You coming out here and say, oh, we've seen all of Batman. Batman's been done so many ways. No, he hasn't. There's a comic book called The Three Jokers. You have Joaquin Phoenix. You have freaking Jared Leto, if you can get him through his tomfoolery. You have the Joker from the Batman. And now you also have the Joker from the Gotham series. That's 4 Jokers. And you got a comic book called Three Jokers. Make that make sense. Lazy, folks. And this is why I come on here and I say what I say, because I don't want to hear laziness from some guy who takes the character and changes certain things about the character, make it feel good for him. I don't care if he's in the costume. You change the character, make it feel good for you, so you can actually do the character, so you can write, you can direct it. Look, I'm good for interpretations, and adaptations could be a little bit different, but he takes it too far. The way he did with Superman was ridiculous. He was a weak version of himself. I think Clark Kent from Smallville was stronger than he was, and the man could have fly for 10 seasons. It's ridiculous. But you have people on here saying Superman is the best thing since sliced bread. No, it's not. I'm not John Campion. I'm not camping for nobody. I'm not glazing for nobody. The film had problems. The film underperformed. Why do you think we're doing a Superman sequel with Lex Luthor, not Batman? Why do you think the film that Batman Brave the Bold was all talked about before Superman came out? Not a word about it. Because Warner Brothers knows the money is in the Batman universe, or the crime saga, whatever he wants to call it. Money is in the Matt Reeves verse, not the DC James Gunn universe. And I wasn't trying to rhyme, but that's the game I was playing, ladies and gentlemen. You see my point? I'm not coming out here telling people that don't support the projects. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm telling people is open their eyes. Look at what's going on with these projects. Look at what things are being said and things are not being done. Clearly, Warner Brothers is not happy how Superman performed. It was out in theaters for 30 days and then straight to digital. That's not a good sign. That's a sign of we need some more money for this film because we didn't make enough in theaters, so that's why we put it on digital. And James Gunn coping, we released it so it can be released with Peacemaker. I saw Peacemaker, not one iota of a connection to the film. Now you're lying. Now you're gaslighting. And you just try and get people to watch your film. That's a no-no for me. Am I going to sit here and I'm going to tell you that James Gunn is trying to sabotage DC? No. But he ain't helping it. He is not helping it. But I could go on and on. But this is what I think why James Gunn's Batman Brave and the Bold, it's not happening. Because Superman underperformed. Superman did not succeed where it needs to be successful. The international market is a prime example of that. And the digital release is a prime example of that. And I don't need somebody from a champion camp telling me it made more than Deadpool Wolverine. Of course it's going to make more than Deadpool Wolverine because Deadpool made over $1 billion. Everybody and their mother saw that film. What is wrong with you? You really want to cape a glaze for this man? I'm out of here. I'm out.